Good morning. Let me get these untangled while we are waiting for Max Headroom to connect with audio. Greetings, campers. Who's that over my shoulder? It's Santa Claus. I'm going to leave the analogy to you. I took down the Christmas tree yesterday, finally, and I played the Trans-Siberian CD in the background, and I got it all packed up. An artificial tree. It was great. Had all the lights, 3 pieces, top, middle, bottom. Stacked it up. Brilliant design, fit in the box. And I came up with a brilliant idea last year. And rather than tie the rope around the box to keep it square, last year I got so clever. I got the little tie-down straps, the ratchets that you use for like a pickup to keep stuff down or in a truck. And I put them around. I got a 4-pack at Home Depot, so I used 2, and I wrapped it around the box and squeezed it a little, and it's nice and square, and put the little box back up and stack up in the garage, slid right into place. Wow. What's that expression? With age comes wisdom. It was genius, campers. It was genius. You love Santa Claus? I'm going to do a little show later out front where I have these pretty red poinsettias. And there's a button you press on Santa. Ready? Squeeze his hand, and he sings and lights up. Ready? Piglet may have chewed him, though. There you go. Santa. Isn't that fun? Oh, man. Keeps going. Uh-oh. Hog Boy's going to hear that. We might have to have a guest appearance. Uh-huh. There you go. Skefla, or Skelfa. We need to ask Simon about his alien love child. Nah, I'm okay. I got one better for you today. First link. More Hopium. Yeah, baby. This is like really cooked up and what do we call that? Distilled. Space Force. Okay, this guy is the best. It started. You got to listen to this shit. I'll tell you what he says, but you have to listen to link number 1. I should just do the whole show and remove the rest. So what he's saying is with the new high-tech Space Force, with all those little satellites up there, Trump can make an announcement worldwide and take over everybody's television through the power of the Space Force infiltrating the satellite services. So even if they take out the internet, Trump will be able to speak through the emergency broadcast system to tell us about his Insurrection Act. Sounds like, didn't Dr. Evil do that? Let's do Santa again? Okay, wait. No, it was the guy in Mr. Robot. Remember the schizophrenic dude? And they had E-Corp, that was Evil Corp. And those are the people where Mr. Robot hacked in, and he took over worldwide televisions. And he had his, what was that mask from? V for Victory? And there he was telling everybody about E-Corp, and they hacked it and ruined the world currency, blah, blah, blah. So this guy's there, man. It's about 3-4 minute video. Gotta watch it. Open in a new tab, enjoy, and tell me, how good is that Hopium? We're gonna jump ahead. We're gonna go down to Mike Adams. Mike Adams, I don't know, desperation. These people are, they haven't thought about what if it's all bullshit. You've been lied to. I got to find that thing Dean put together. They're lying to you. Right? That's link number 5. I made it about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes into this, where his special groups of, I guess, sources indicate, you're with me on this one? Indicate that Trump signed the order. This is the order for what? The Insurrection Act. But we've got to add a spin to it because this is what keeps this story alive. How does Santa get around the world in one night? Come on. If you watched Ernest Saves Christmas, you know. There's a hyperspace switch on the sled. Everybody knew that. But it took Ernest to tell us. Know what I mean, Vern? But here's what Mike says. That Trump signed the order, but the generals won't follow the order. So it sounds like it's a mutiny. But wait, they will follow it, but they're negotiating. They'll only follow it if he has a war with China. Ooh, let's create a little more stress. Let's add a little more fucking cortisol and adrenaline into people's system who are trapped in their little bat caves, wearing their masks 6 feet apart, and have to change the batteries in their love devices. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So they'll follow Trump's order if he agrees to go to war with China. It's like, are you kidding me? Who believes this shit? So Mikey's off there, man. He's getting jacked up on his hopium. We got Space Force as the first guy. Now let's hit a couple of more realistic things, shall we? And I don't want to bore you with this, but please listen to number one. And then, I don't know, 5, you decide. Are his sources wrong? Or are they all fucking delusional? Didn't I just say that? Delusional psychosis. We believe Q will save us. Santa is real. He's here. I proved it. Look. And he sings. Serbian affidavit, number 2. I got an email from Sidney Powell's server. You know, I signed up for the list when she started the Kraken attack. A crack attack. And this was interesting because it kind of brings it back to a page, and I grabbed this, and I got to get Webby and talk to him. Excuse me. Serbian affidavit. Now, Sydney has got an affidavit from people in Serbia admitting that they built this software and whatnot. Now, I don't know. It's 5, 6 pages. It's somewhat redacted. I read the beginning. I copied and pasted the link for you so you can read it and report back to me. I'm going to call Webb. I spoke with him briefly last night. He's doing his charrette, whatever a charrette is. It's like a kibbutz, I guess. And we'll ask him today. I'm supposed to talk with him later. But that's interesting. So Sydney is introducing a Serbian affidavit. I wonder how that happened. Did that come through Flynn, or did that come through George to Ann to Sydney? I don't know. I'll have to ask. I don't even know if George is aware this exists. Now, somebody put a very great kind of a positive spin comment the other day. Oh, and it was about the Dutch courts. I got the lanterns yesterday. This is the lantern. Remember I said I got the stove? Now, this is going to be tough to do with one hand, so I'm going to put you down in the tippy canoe thing. Here we are. Hold on. Yep. Roll away. It flipped. You got a close-up of the lighter. How do we make that flip back? Come on now. There it is. Flip. There we are. Okay. Now, ready? Here it is. This is amazing. I got 2 of them for 17, and they send you batteries. You lift and you get light. Is that amazing? If you want less light, you just push it down a little bit. So I guess I could use it as lighting for the camera set, right? I could put it here. Could bring it forward if I want to go blind, put it on a little table. What do you think, huh? Portable lighting for those campfire getaways. But I think it's pretty cool. I was going to do the scene in the middle of the night, like the back of the Zofo album. Remember that? With the hermit on the top of the mountain. And I was going to hold the thing up, put on a hoodie. But I figured I'd spare you the drama. I think Santa Claus is better. Anyway, so those are pretty cool. And they're LED, so they crank the hell out of it. And if you have a blackout or a hurricane or a cyber attack, blacking out the country. Those might give you a little light, right? Cats, go get some coffee. I do too. So, number 3 is the Dutch court rules no PCR test. Now, that was almost good news. I shot that over to Virginia, our war correspondent, in Amsterdam. That's Dutch. And what she said is what I put in the link. She said, the following week after court ruling, the Dutch government amended the law and introduced mandatory PCR requirement. This was challenged an emergency procedure, and the second time judge ruled against plaintiff, except foreign affairs, diplomatic personnel, and heads of state. A negative PCR test is required for entry. Restricted travel, campers. And we can get serious here. And that'll be, oops, I have link number 3 twice. I'll change that. That's McDuff. And I'll leave it, because I already referred to link 5 as Mikey. I guess Mikey's 6, so I'll change it. McDuff and Harley. Excellent piece from yesterday. Harley discusses, well, you know, the usual economic thing, but some interesting consciousness and nuances. But the discussion of what I'll call communism and the restriction of rights, liberties, etc. And this doesn't look good. You've got discussion of our representatives. I caught something where there was a resolution being introduced that members of the House of Representatives who voted to question the election results should be what? I forgot, but they were going to be punished. Were they going to be removed? Were they going to be banned? But they were going to be censured. They were going to be punished. It was more than just being censured for voting to inquire. And this was put up by a Democrat. These are the new socialists, I guess. And I think that's outrageous. Now, there's a lot going on up in Washington, and I know that people probably heard that Trump declared a state of emergency in Washington, D.C. Okay? Now, I don't want to skip over McDuff and Harley because they do tone it down. If you listen to that, you will see what a bleak and dark picture could come forward, because they're talking about, you know, you just add 2 and 2 together, it's not hard to see where this can go. You're going to have the COVID camps. They're making lists of terrorists, domestic terrorists. Now suddenly it's a real thing. The next thing you have is domestic terrorists. There's a new legislation coming up. It's about 1,000 pages to deal with domestic terrorists. I'm going to have to find that and see if we can actually pull it. But it's just like the Patriot Act. Came right after September 11th. This is stunt 2. I mean, this is unbelievable. And the shitbrain Republicans will come out and be in support of it because they're the law and order group, right? Hang on, I think we're going to grab a smoke. And I'm out of coffee. Good thing we got the lantern. I wanted to do a quick show, but there's a lot of deep stuff to do here, right? So, I mean, you restrict speech, you got censorship, the techno-gulag is a problem, and now Facebook, I caught a quick blurb, is talking about restricting anybody who was, what the hell are they going to do? Talking about going to the inauguration. This is like, they're getting more restrictive. I'll find out and I'll come back later. But more restrictions, delete, 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 censor, censor, censor. Now some of these dumbasses are actually talking about it when Pasta Man decided he wasn't going to do anything about it. Nobody was going to address the censorship problem of big tech. All right, well, hopefully that will push through Congress over the next couple of months and get something done. We'll see if our brilliant politicians just make play ball with that and say, oh, well, the Democrats don't want to and the Republicans do, so you have to vote to put the Republicans in. But wait a minute, we didn't check those machines, so we really don't know if your vote means anything. Isn't that the logical spin right there? Yes, it is. All right, now, link number 4. Joshua Phillips. Crossroads. This was real good. I was listening to this last night. I took the earbuds out and just had it playing on the counter here while I was working on my guitar. And he goes over everything. It's real good. So evidently it appears that we have not martial law, but a state of emergency in Washington, D.C. And this is very interesting, and I see this being set up as a two-step. And he said it, and a lot of the Trump supporters are seeing it, so check this out. They're saying that they're calling for armed protests in multiple capitals around the country. And it seems like this is a setup in order to vilify and demonize the, I guess we'll call them the conservatives, or we'll call them constitutional advocates, or I don't know who's promoting this. I haven't heard anything about it except for here. So what that means, though, is this is a perfect setup for a problem, and that'll now support the passage of the 1,000-page new Domestic Terrorist Act, which means when Biden comes sliding in, because Trump isn't going to do a goddamn thing, he'll come in and they'll use this as an excuse to seize firearms, because only domestic terrorists have firearms, right? And then we're moving a little closer to a lockdown. And then those domestic terrorists will be confined. Then those people without accepting COVID vaccines will be confined as bioterrorists. And those confinement camps will end up in perishment, there's a word, death or re-education. I think once you're there, you have the option, okay, man, I'll take the shot if I can leave. I don't think so. I think it's the Hotel California. Not funny. Why are you laughing, FJ? All right. And then the last link is Mike Adams, where he's telling us that the generals will follow the commander-in-chief's order if he agrees to go to war with China. I'm like, wait a minute. At that point, I clicked off. So listen to the first link, Space Force, and you decide how delusional these people are. And the question still stands. And I know some people loved my song. I thought that was fun. But the question still stands with the people, whether they're alphabet people or whether they're just straight up patriots, whether they are people who believe in the Constitution, believe in freedom, believe in liberty. What are they going to do? And they think Trump has a clear-cut case. Forget Q. The Q people believe there's this secret thing going on. Okay, let's assume that doesn't happen. They're going to be shocked and dismayed. Now, the other people who don't believe in the Q people also believe, and I think I would fall in that category, that Trump has a pretty much slam dunk against these subversives. This is an insurrection, and it's amazing how the Democrats are calling Trump supporters an insurrection, right? It's amazing. We've been doing this for years, but they're getting more direct. And who's writing their script from the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act? Is it them? I mean, Harley talks about this, and Joshua Phillips talks about this. Didn't go long enough into Mike Adams' presentation. Once I heard that was the negotiation, I said, I'm done here. I have better things to do. That 5 minutes was a valuable expenditure of my life energy, so I could share it with you. Any more than that would be wasteful. And what is that? There's one of those things, don't be wasteful. Yeah. Wow. All right, look, I'm babbling. That's what I've got for you. Now, there were good links in the last one, and somebody said, thank you for putting in link number 5. That was T-Rex. I'm going to put that in again for you here when we're done. Good, Ham Solo. You can't see Trump doing nothing at all. Wait a minute. Yeah. He must act. Okay, this is what I'm telling you, man. And when he doesn't, what's going to happen in your brain? You're going to experience cognitive dissonance and not believe this actually happened. Melania is out talking, saying, oh, America needs to heal. What does that mean, America needs to heal? Yeah. So we shouldn't look at the votes that just stole our democracy. Instead, we must not do that because that will threaten our democracy. That's Mitch McConnell's horseshit. He should be removed from office, too. He was more than practical. He was, T-Rex is great. Yeah. No, man, that's not the psychosis. Different psychosis. It's called cognitive dissonance, man. You get ripped off and you can't believe that just happened. It's coming. You'll see. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Listen to Link 1 and tell me. They're delusional. They've got to have their superhero. You see, there he is. Their superhero has to come and appear. And if that doesn't happen, my question, it's a question. It's not a statement of fact. It's a question. What happens? What are these people going to do? I think they're going to be stunned and try and figure out how to deal with it. Okay, that's reasonable. However, while they're stunned, what's going to happen is the slither continues. This new domestic terrorist Patriot Act will be in, I'm calling it that, the domestic terrorism bill will be implemented, and this will be an amazing additional crackdown on civil liberties, fundamental rights, and freedom, and everything. And I'm thinking it's going to lean towards guns. I can see it coming. The state of emergency, when Trump, I thought that was Piglet coming in, it's not. The state of emergency that Trump declared in Washington is laying the perfect foundation. They expect a problem, we'll have a false flag problem, and now we have domestic terrorism. But Trump doesn't declare the insurrection. Now, what my little Hopium brain triggered said, oh, good, we'll have troops in place. So when he declares the Insurrection Act, they'll have people there to take over Washington and go get the bad guys. I don't know. There's a National Guard. National Guard going to follow orders from the military? Or is this whole thing just more Hopium? I don't know. This is worth watching. The excitement never ends. Why is that? Because it's fucking theater. Mm-hmm. We're in Canada. Prime time. Link 1 is broken. Space Force is broken. Well, I'll have to check. The guy's channel is called Snafu Radio. SNAFU Radio. It's on YouTube. It's not radio, it's YouTube. SNAFU Radio. Check it out. All right, well, I'll check that as soon as we're done here. All right, campers, thank you kindly. And see, I proved Santa is real. He's right here. Ah, Monkey Works apologize for bad info. Excellent. Simon is getting his, what do they call it? Their sources. I have my sources. Piglet tells me. It's the son of Sam. The voices whisper to me. That's what's going to happen. Holy shit. How about you open your eyes and describe what you see? Look around you. Coffee's perking. All right, holy cats. I'm going to go perk some and have some too. Yeah. Alex is warning people not to go over here. Alex who? I agree. I wouldn't go to Capitol Hill. I mean, Biden's not even going to do it. He's going to do a virtual friggin', what do we call this, inauguration. And you know what? I said The Running Man, the film from a while ago. I heard Jason Burmis the other day. And I didn't watch the show, but on there, that was part of his title. Are we living in The Running Man? Or he referenced the Running Man movie. Uh-huh. A little slow, but Jason's good. Always censored, FJ. Always censored. You again. Still being censored. A hologram. Yeah, exactly. It's as Simon. It's CGI. It's really not Biden. Now we're going to get that. It's not Biden. It's really a clone. A clone. I got people who believe this shit. And Hillary. And they're in Gitmo. Yeah, okay, sure. Space Force and number 5. All right, guys. I don't even want to go. It's a waste of time, man. So let me give you some fun news for you guitar players. On this little Squier Telecaster, you got the strings. It's got the classic, what do you call them? The tuning pegs. You're supposed to snip the string and then stick it into the peg and then wrap it. Well, the problem is on the high E string is real thin, as you know. So it keeps letting go. And this is a project. I had to watch friggin' videos on YouTube, and I got some videos like 18 minutes long, and the guy does the same thing. It keeps letting go. I said, so what's the trick, knucklehead? So finally, FJ, in his FJ wisdom, takes a toothpick, stuffed it in the hole, and held the string in place. Say it with me now, campers. Well, now, we'll let you go. We fixed the trick. I posted it on the guy's channel. I said, hey, use a toothpick. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Check the links. I'll see if Space Force Link is working. It was a minute ago. So you guys might be having, or whoever that was saying, having problems. Maybe it's being censored in your neck of the woods. Trump's not going to succeed. He's not going to do shit. Holy cats, have some coffee. All right. Shame about Liz. I don't know. Shame about Liz and Philip dying of the second shot. Didn't hear that. Who died from the second shot? Put it in the comments there, censored. Nice. Really? Well, the link is there. Is the link working, Shelley? Click on it. It's right there. It should work. But if it takes you away, open a new tab. I'll check it. I think it's working. It was working fine 2 minutes ago. All right. I'm going to let you go, and I thank the patrons for their support, and I thank the PayPal contributors for their support, and I urge you to continue supporting the channel. There's a lot of interesting stuff. So I'll do Santa later with Piglet by the poinsettias, and we'll see what happens to Santa when he gets confronted with. I'll keep him safe. Don't worry. All right. Space Fort. It's dead. Oh, all right, I'll check it. Maybe they took it down. All right, guys, thanks for the heads up. I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now. Carl is saying the link is good. So, I don't know. Where are you guys at with the dead link? I'll look into it. We'll apply the technical skills to fix it. Bye for now, campers. Okay, so we're getting different stories. Depends where. Works in Canada. It's dead on their end. Abby something. It was working here. Just refresh that shit. Hello, Sonia K. And now you're awake. Holy cats, you're awake in order to say thank you very much. Good night. All right, we'll see you all later. Bye for now. Look, it's daylight is coming up. The vid is unavailable. Okay. Oh, man, that was too much fun. It was too stupid to believe that Trump will take over the world broadcasting system and be everybody's TV to announce his, what was it? It wasn't martial law. It was going to be, who knows? Whatever he was going to tell us, he was going to tell us. Okay. We'll see you all later, guys. Okay, bye. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment and subscribe. Thanks. Bye now.